There was once a time when games came out complete, where all the modes came out on release, when there were no bugs at all, and where you did not have to buy things to make you look cool, but rather you unlocked them through player progression. This sounds like a myth, but it actually existed. So, what happened? Alright y'all, what's up? It's your man's Cash here. Today, I want to talk about modern gaming. Don't you love when a new game comes out and you're already disappointed even before it came out? Because you already knew that it was going to be trash? Hype? What is hype? What is that? So today we're going to be taking a deep dive on some games, look into them, see what happened. What happened to gaming? Why is gaming so disappointing? So let's get right into it. Alright, so we gotta start with the dark age, the loot boxes. Now you could argue modern gaming started earlier, in around I guess 2013, when they started introducing microtransactions, and you're not wrong, but I don't have time to get into that, so we're just gonna skip straight into 2016. Overwatch comes out, they release loot boxes.
Oh my god! Yes!
Now, they aren't the first game to have loot boxes, definitely not, but they had the biggest effect on the industry, in my opinion. And this caused EA to, take a bit out their playbook and make an even more predatory loot box system. Battlefront 2 comes out. They release probably the worst microtransaction system in gaming history, where I don't even remember, but I think to unlock Darth Vader without spending a dime, you had to play the game for I think like a whole year or something. I don't remember. And the outrage against that was big enough to get attention of legal systems, where I believe loot boxes are now banned in a lot of European countries. And EA pretty much stopped doing loot boxes in their mainline games, but FIFA still has them.
Like, what are y'all talking about? This is the right pack. OMG. Portugal! Zoe! Ronaldo again!
But honestly, bro, I don't even blame EA for putting it in there. The player base for FIFA is like, they'll always complain about something, but then they're still gonna buy the game every year. Every single year they're gonna buy the game. So it's on them at this point. It's on them. And so let's skip a little bit to, I believe, 2017 or 2018. I do not remember, where Fortnite launches Battle Royale and introduces the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass is a system that you buy the Battle Pass, but it rewards player progression. So technically, both sides win. They get money, and you still get rewarded for playing the game, and it's not pay to win. And they also introduce a new store, which was a lot better than most other video game stores at the time, and is probably the best video game microtransaction store now, even. And Activision takes notes from Fortnite's success, and in Modern Warfare 2019 introduces a battle pass system, which has pay-to-win elements. You mean weapon blueprints? Activision, couldn't let good business practices slide. They could not let that slide. But something would happen to gaming that would change it for the next 3 years. So y'all know what happened. Y'all know what happened in 2020. So let's look at CYBERPUNK 2077, a single player game. A good change. People were excited. This was going to be the game that they were going to play the entire pandemic. Everyone was so hyped. People thought that this was going to be the single player game. This is the same developer that made The Witcher 3, The Witcher 2, The Witcher 3 DLCs, which could be separate games by themselves. But then Cyberpunk releases,
But everybody still wants to live here. This city's always got a promise for you. Might be a lie, an illusion, but it's there.
what happened? How does this happen? Why does this happen? Who let this happen? This game was in development for 7 years. We saw the first trailer in 2013. Now I know there's a very large amount of time, but this process usually lasts around 2 years. Nobody's developing anything at this time. These are usually just meetings with storyboard people, marketing people, the executives and all that. These people gather around, throw ideas at a wall, see what sticks, argue, you know. So let's say we give them 2 years just to, you know, throw ideas at a wall. They still had 5 years of development. 5 years and you give us this? How does that happen? And I know a lot of people blame the virus, but in my opinion, if the game was in development for 5 years and maybe half of a year had the virus, why? Like, how could you release such a buggy game? How does that happen? And it only got better after 1.5 years after the game released. And that is putting their workers in crunch, putting their workers in overtime. And now it's Activision's turn to disappoint us all. Black Ops Cold War is announced. I was hyped. I thought it was gonna be a fun game I could play through the pandemic. I personally did not like Modern Warfare. Y'all can see that in this video over here. It wasn't a buggy game, not at all. It was really polished. The animations are but to me, it's just not my type of game. So I was excited for Cold War. And then Cold War comes out, and it's pretty buggy. And they introduced this terrible SBMM system, where now the game is no longer designed to be fun, but the game is designed for you to just keep on playing. We will corporatize fun. You will have fun, but on our terms. And it also came out pretty buggy. A lot of maps had frame rate issues. This one map still has frame rate issues on Xbox. They never fixed it. But I mean, the game did eventually get better after like 6 months, which, you know, it's too little too late, but you know, it was fine. I still like it better than Modern Warfare. But then Activision fumbles the ball again. Let's take a look at Sledgehammer games. Sledgehammer released probably some of the worst Call of Duties ever. Advanced Warfare, mediocre. World War II, mediocre. So Activision makes them do yet another World War II game. So Vanguard, before it released, everybody knew. Everybody with at least 3 brain cells knew that the game was going to be trash. And the game came out, and guess what? It came out trash.
Yeah, I'm looking at it again.
Along with these bugs was just a trash multiplayer. Tell me why you let people have 10 attachments, not 5 attachments, but 10 attachments. What is weapon balancing? If you play Vanguard right now, everybody and their mom is using the NZ with a 2.5 scope, with a long barrel, and fire ammunition. Every single person is using that, or they have some extremely weird SMG build that they got from some sweaty Warzone YouTuber. But I don't even think I need to say more about Vanguard, because y'all already know how trash that game was. But let's get into Halo Infinite. Man, Halo Infinite. Where do I even start? I'm gonna say that I have to give it to 343. They released a non-buggy game, unlike every other game that came out that year. So, you know, good job to them for that. And you know what, for the first 3 months of release, the game was actually pretty decent. It was enjoyable. And the challenges, you know, they were good enough to keep you coming back. However, the microtransactions on release were absolutely terrible. Like, tell me why one skin be like $20 to $30. Like, nobody is buying a skin for that much money. Problems started coming in at 3 months after, when there was no new content. Season 2 comes out and they give us some more free-for-all modes, a couple more team deathmatch modes. They also gave us these pretty ugly armor cores, in my opinion, and that's all they pretty much gave us. And we're almost a year after the game's release, We still don't have team doubles. We still don't have infection. We still don't have campaign co-op. We still don't have mission replay. We still don't have Forge. Remember when these features used to come out on release? Y'all remember that? Halo 5 had everything except Forge. I believe Forge came a month after release, and people were hella mad about it. But now here we are, 10 months after the release of Halo Infinite, and no Forge. So we see the failure of Halo Infinite, we've seen the failure of MCC, and who is managing all this? Bonnie Ross. Now why isn't Bonnie Ross gone after 3 consecutive failures? Because she's a woman. Now, I'm not sexist. I do not care if it's a woman, it's a guy. I do not care. I just want somebody who cares about the series. Bonnie Ross only exists to please shareholders. Now look, Microsoft cannot fire her because she is a woman. And if Microsoft fires her, Microsoft gets canceled on Twitter. And I have to ask, man, why do we take people's opinions on Twitter so seriously, especially in gaming? Why do we really consider their opinions? Because they don't play the games, they just sit online and complain all day. Like, they don't have a life. Why does their opinion matter? But yeah, man, that's all I really got to say for Halo. Alright, so after that, I realized I forgot to talk about Battlefield 2042. And I just don't care, honestly, because that game, I was a little bit hyped for it. The trailer looked really cool, but then I played the beta and I just lost all hope. And honestly, that game killed the franchise. It killed Battlefield. But yeah, we're nearing the end of the video. Let me go on YouTube Studio real quick.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
I cannot thank y'all enough for the support on my last video. I got 1,500 views? Bro, I'm not even used to having more than 100 views. I don't know how that happened, man. And 70 likes, 30 comments. And I gained 21 new subscribers. I seriously cannot thank y'all enough. And I gotta thank God too, cause the day after the video released, it was 5 in the morning. I was doing my morning prayer, and I prayed to God. I said, God, make this video successful. And guess what? This thing skyrocketed into the moon. And to all my new subscribers, you know, what's up? It's your man's Cash here. I be doing video essays. I also be trying to do video game news, but I haven't done that in a while because it's been kind of dry lately. I try my best to make good content for y'all. I put a lot of effort into these videos. When I edit, 1 minute takes at least an hour. That's like a good scale for you. So like a 10-minute video took at least 10 hours for me to make, you know what I mean? But look, bro, I'm acting like I got like 1,000 subs. No, I did not. I'm not about to go into that all type of deep stuff, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's the end of the video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video with your friends, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Keep my goonie running with me. Yeah, shawty tryna top me for the business. Yeah, enemies. Got a lot of them. Yeah, can't wait till my mama say I'm proud of them. Lord save me. I feel lost, yeah. Drip on me, I don't know what you bought, yeah. Shout out to my goblins with them